So, hi, hello, vanakkam, makkale. So, today I'm going to present my DA3 topic. That is my DA3 assignment. And since mom has told me to upload as an YouTube link, so I have to make this video for my submission, for my grading purpose. So, let's get started. So, my DA3 assignment is based on DA1 assignment, and the thing which I've shown in my screen is my DA1 assignment. And in DA1 assignment, they actually told me to get the help of ChatGPT, and you have to take a topic, and you have to create a ER diagram for it with minimum of 6 entities and 4 relationship. And it has many constraints, like it should contain some descriptive attributes, and we should mark the mapping cardinalities, and whether it is a total participation or partial participation, like that stuffs. So for my DA1, I considered an workspace environment. Okay, so the workspace environment, uh, let me show you the schema of it. Mm, 1 minute, I will show you my schema, so it would be fine. This is my schema. Okay, yeah, it's okay. like uh, so this is my schema, and uh, since I told that I'll be taking up 6 attributes as mentioned in my DA1, so I've taken 6 attributes, and those are employee, department, project, tasks, trainings, and skill. So let's see what and all each attribute contains. like Employee contains uh, things like employee ID, age, gender, name, salary, so like that. And department consists of name and department ID, where obviously department ID would be the primary key. Similarly, it contains project ID, name, start date, and end date for project attribute. Here I think the project ID would be the primary key, as it can be uniquely identified. And similarly, we have 3 more attributes, and let me show you. I don't know how to present, that's why I'm taking up the thing in my mobile and I'm presenting it, and I'm using 2 devices. I have not much experience, so I'm taking it in 2 devices. So sorry for the inconvenience. So now let me explain. I have 3 more attributes. It consists of task. Task contains task ID and description, where task ID is the primary key. Similarly, training consists of training ID, duration of the training, and the training ID will be the primary key here. And the skill attribute contains skill ID and the name. Okay, so that's all from the attribute part. And let me explain the ER diagram first before going to the next part of the topic. Let me explain you and show you my ER diagram. And actually my ER diagram is so bad, but I don't know whether it is clearly visible or not. uh, if not, you can refer my DA1 assignment, which I've submitted in the DA1 due. Okay, so wait, let me take up my okay, fine. So let me get back to the presenting part. Yeah, so yeah, it's visible. Yeah, fine. So here the ER diagram, like it consists of 6 attributes, as I said, and I have explained previously, and it contains like there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it contains 5 relations. Uh, there are 2 relations between employee and department part, and uh, let me explain the relationship between each attribute one by one. Okay, the first relationship is works in, which is between employee and department. Like it is many to many. Like we can say it as employee works in a department. You are the only here. Okay, sorry for the disturbance. Okay. Let me explain the first relation. It is works in, and it is between employee and department. Like employee works in a department, and for a department, there will be several employees working in. So this is the relationship between the employee and department part, and next relationship is between the employee and department, again the same thing, but the relationship between them here changes to managers, where like they will be like employee manages the department, and similarly department is being managed by employees. Like I've related them like that, and it is many to many relationship. So similarly, the next relationship is between employee and task, and they are related by the term assigned to, and it is many to many relationship. Like they have been related, like employee is assigned to a task, and similarly, a task is being assigned to an employee. So this is the statement of it. Similarly, the next part is between employee and training, where they are related by the term attends. So like employee attends the training. Similarly, a training is being attended by employee. Is it like active and passive voice in English? I don't know, but still, I think it's correct. So next is like they are being related one to many relationship. So similarly, like there is a relationship between managers. No, the relationship between employee and project. The relation is here. The relation here is that managers. It is many to many thing. Like employee manages a project, and a project is being managed by many employees. Like an employee can be assigned to many projects. Similarly, a project can be assigned to many employees. So it is a many to many relationship. Similarly, there is a relationship called requires. Uh, it is between the project and skills. Like project requires skills, and skills requires project. No, yeah, that's the statement. That's the ER diagram part. And as I said that like each attribute contains several elements in it, like employee ID, age, gender, name, salary. uh, for department it will be name, department ID. For task it will be task ID and description. For training it will be training ID and duration of the course. And for project it will be project ID, name, start date, end date. Similarly, for skill it will be skill ID and name. So that's all about the ER diagram part. And there are some multi-valued attributes here. Here, like there's a relation called requires, which is between project and skills, and level is the multi-valued attribute here. Okay. So similarly, uh, the under the attribute employee, there's a part called name, which can be considered as a composite attribute. Like we can derive first name, last name, and middle name. So like that, we can classify the name part as a composite attribute. And like we have start date and end date in the project attribute part, where it can be considered as a derive attribute. Like since we can derive the duration of the project, so it is a derive attribute. And training is a weak entity with a weak relationship called attendance. So that's all the ER diagram part. Now I think I should uh, yeah, I have explained the total participation and partial participation part also. And mm, what else? I think I have to explain the code part, right? Okay, let me show you my code part. Hmm. This is my code part, and wait, let me zoom out. I don't know how to zoom out. Still, yeah. I'm zoomed out. I think it is visible now. The top part is not visible, right? I guess I have to zoom in a little bit. Okay, this is fine, I guess. Yeah. So, like, I have done my project using Python. Like, I have integrated the SQL part with Python, and I have done my project. Like, uh, to use the Python part, I mean, like, to use the SQL part in the 1 minute, the battery is less. 1 minute. Yeah. Like, for the Python part, I mean, like, for the SQL part, I've implemented it by importing the SQLite 3. So by importing it, I can access the SQL syntaxes and the concept of SQLs in Python. Like, so I've implemented like that. And like, firstly, like, I've created a table for each name, and giving the constraints like primary key. This one is the primary key. This one is the normal tuples, like that I've given here using the term called cursor.execute. See, like, you can see here that if there is no employee, like table employee, then create a table which consists of name, uh, and name, it's the type of the data type. Similarly, salary, gender, employee ID, and here the employee ID is the primary key, which is the constraint here. So similarly, like, I've created for every table that I've explained previously, like that, using that schema in the beginning of the video. uh, like that, I've created the table for project, I've created the table for department, I've created the table for training, I've created the table for skills, I've created the table for work ID. And actually, like, I've forgot to explain one more part. Let me show you one more theory part. Yeah, I'll take my theory part also. Let me get back to my screen. Yeah, it's visible, right? Yeah, 1 minute. Okay. So, like, I have to explain about 5 more tables, which is work ID, which is like, I've taken the employee ID, the primary key of the table. I mean, like, I've clubbed the employee and department parts attribute and taken the primary key of the both the tables. And like, in the employee part, employee ID will be the primary key, and similarly, in the department part, the department ID will be the primary key. So both together consist, like, comes under a table, and that table is being named as work ID. Similarly, like, assign to is being created, which is between the task table and the employee table. Like employee ID is being selected as the primary key, and task ID is being selected as the primary key here, and clubbing it we get the table called assign to. Like that, similarly, I've taken requires. Basically, it's nothing but the relationship. Like I've explained already, the relationship between each the table. So like, so in those relationship between those attributes, I've taken the primary key of both the tables and created a table of the particular table's name. I'm like relationships name. So like likewise, I've created table for work ID assigned to requires manages. So like that, I've created 5 more tables. This is the part that I think I've left. So that is done now. Now again, let's get back to the code part. Okay. So similarly, like I've been creating, like I created around 11 tables for each of them. Then I've inserted records into each of the table. Like I've inserted the record in employee, inserted the record in a project. Likewise, department, task, training, skills, work ID assigned to requires, manages. So I've inserted the records of all those in those particular table, and I've stored, and I've ended the connection. So that's all. This is my project, and I think that's all about my project. Like, so basically, uh, there's a year diagram. We are finding the relationship between each of the attributes, and we are inserting the records. Then I guess we are implementing it. That's all. So that's all from my side. I guess I hope you guys liked it, and especially my teacher likes it. I don't know. I think for my explanation I would get some decent marks. So that's all from my side. I think I've explained all the parts, and for any queries you can comment down below. Thank you guys.